Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to reading. Let's just dive into Gensler's explanations of modal logic. I have to go into modal logic because I'm reading David Lewis recently. So what is modal logic? Modal logic studies arguments whose validity depends on necessary and possible similar notions. Translations. So, okay, we don't have to dive into everything in detail. Here we have the symbols. That means it's possible that A is true in some possible world. It's true that A is true in the actual world, and it's necessary that A is true in all possible worlds. That's very interesting. That means it's not only possible that A, it must be true in the actual and all possible worlds. Very interesting. Calling something possible is a weak claim, weaker than calling it true. Calling something necessary is a strong claim. So possible here means logically possible, not self-contradictory. So a run a mile in 2 minutes may be physically impossible, but because there's no self-contradiction in the idea, it's logically possible. So yeah, it's imaginable that under some conditions somebody runs a mile in 2 minutes and it's not contradictory. Right? If I say something like, I ran a mile in -2 minutes, that's probably logically impossible. That's self-contradictory, right? And then we have 2 + 2 = 4. Wait 1 second. Did I catch everything? Likewise, necessary means logically necessary. Self-contradictory to deny. 2 + 2 = 4, and that cannot be denied. All bachelors are unmarried men. Unmarried are examples of necessary truth. Such truths are based on logic. Okay, that's clear. We can rephrase possible as true in some possible world and necessary as true in all possible worlds. A possible world is a consistent and complete description of how things might have been or might in fact be. Since we are finite beings, we will practice only give partial, not complete descriptions of possible worlds. Okay, so this is what we are doing here. Not very complicated so far, right? And what I find interesting, I mean, I have many questions that nobody can answer me. I wonder what it means that a necessary claim is also true for all possible worlds. So if I say if A then B and it's necessary, then what could that kind of implication be that is also necessary in all possible worlds? So a possible world is a consistent and the story is consistent in that its statements don't entail self-contradictions. It describes a set of possible situations that are all possible together. The story may not or may be true. The actual world is the story that's true, the descriptions of how things in fact are. So and we have well-formed formulas again. That's all clear. So this means is possible, consistent, could be true, is necessary, must be true in all possible worlds too. A is impossible, self-contradictory. So it is not possible. It is necessary that not A. A is consistent with B. It's possible that A and B are both true. A entails it's necessary that A then B. Entails makes a stronger claim than plain if then. There's rain entails there's a precipitation. Okay, now we have an interesting part here. A entails B. It is necessary that if A then B. It is necessary, entails makes a stronger claim than plain if then. Compare these two. There's rain, entails there is precipitation. And precipitation, does it mean participation? I don't know the word. Is that a complicated word or should I just know it? That's my question right now. It's really my question right now. Okay, I just looked it up. That's a more technical term. That means that there is something where water slides down the air, I guess. So yeah, if I can express it that way. And then if it's Saturday, then I don't teach the class. So the first one is a material implication, right? So it's not imaginable in any possible world that there's no precipitation. But it's imaginable that I'm not going to teach if it rains. If it's Saturday, then I don't teach. Well, we could also imagine that I teach on Saturdays. I think that's what it is. And then we have some further statements. A is inconsistent with B. It's not possible that A and B are both true. A doesn't entail B. It's not necessary that A then B, and so on. Here's how we translate contingent. A is contingent, is a contingent statement. It's possible and it is possible that not A. It's possible that A and it's possible that not A. Yeah. So A is a contingent truth. A is true but could have been false. A, and it is possible that not A. So we have A and it's possible that not A. Okay. Necessary not, and so on. If A is necessary and B is possible, then C is possible. Okay, we have here a lot of interesting formulations. Sometime an English sentence is ambiguous between two kinds of necessity. If you're a bachelor, then you must be unmarried. If B, then it's necessary that you're unmarried. Or it is necessary that if B, then you're unmarried. I wonder what's the difference. If you're a bachelor, then you're inherently unmarried. In no possible world would anyone ever marry you. It's necessary that if you're a bachelor, then you're unmarried. Okay. Oh, okay. So from being bachelor, it follows that you're unmarried. Or it's necessary that if someone is a bachelor, then you're unmarried. That's probably important for the translation later on. So the box inside, B necessitates you, posits a simple inherent necessity given your bachelorhood. Your unmarried is inherently necessary. This version is insulting and presumably false. By contrast, the box outside, it's necessary that if B, then you, posits a conditional necessity. What is necessary is not you're a bachelor or you're unmarried by itself, but the connection between the two. This second version is trivially true because bachelor means unmarried man. Our English sentence, if you're a bachelor, then you must be unmarried, is ambiguous. Its wording suggests simple necessity, but it's more likely meant as a conditional necessity. Okay. Oh, the medievals called the box inside from the necessity of the consequent, the second part being necessary. They called the box outside from the necessity of the consequence. The ambiguity is important philosophically. Several intriguing but fallacious philosophical arguments depend on the ambiguity for their plausibility. It's not ambiguous if you say that the second part is by itself or intrinsically necessary or impossible, or if you use entails or start with necessary. These forms aren't ambiguous. If A, then B by itself is necessary. Then B by itself is necessary. Okay. If A, then B is intrinsically necessary. Okay, it's also clear. A entails B. So if something is A, then it entails B. It does not mean that everything. Yeah, I try still to, I mean, I have the bachelor example in my head and it works quite well for me, right? So if you're a bachelor, then no one would ever marry you if you're ugly. It's like that, right? But it's not if you're ugly, then you're unmarried because it could be that somebody marries you. No, actually for ugly not, right? So yeah, I mean, if you're a bachelor, it means that no one would ever marry you. Simple necessity. And conditional necessity, if you're a bachelor but you get married, then you're not a bachelor anymore. But as long as you're unmarried, you understand what I mean, right? So why is it simple and conditional? Simple necessity means that in any case it will be the case. And conditional means that under a certain condition it will be necessary. Okay, I hope this was kind of clear. I have to think about that again, but thanks for watching. If you want to read more logic with me, subscribe to the channel. It's called Assisted Readings. So we read stuff together. That means I don't always have to be an expert or be right. I just want to achieve higher scientific literacy, especially in the field of philosophy. So if you like to do that too, then join the channel, propose some papers. Bye-bye.